We've now reached the final interview for the 8th Gobsmacked Perth Corporate Rumble. My guest today is a member of the Blue Team. He's ready to do his family and friends proud. So please welcome the Cockburn Cavalier, Mr. Jason Smith.
Yep.
I'm actually going to start it with this time. I normally do this at the end, but I'm going to do this straight at the start. I'm going to get your tips for the event. Now, just to give you a heads up, every single person has gone their whole team.
Same.
No matter who.
Same. 13-0. 13-0 to Blue.
Well, you've got Glenn. Oh, as a coach. Jesus, that'd be a tough gig. Claudia against Chop Chop.
Claudia.
Chop Chop's looking good.
Yeah, so's Claudia.
I haven't seen a box.
Improving out of sight.
Good work, Claudia. Next up.
Oh, Jackie.
Can't wait for
Wouldn't be
this one.
surprised if a knockout.
I'm pumped for this one.
This is actually the fight I told Jackie last night. This is the fight I want to watch before I start getting ready.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
It's going to set the scene for the whole night.
Oh, definitely. Yep.
So good. Next up, we've got Mayhem against the Jessinator.
Marnie got it comfortably. Sorry, Jess, but yeah, Marnie.
I saw Marnie fight last year, and I've seen her train, and they are two different people.
Yeah, well, I've actually seen, because I've been working with Glenn before work for the last 2 weeks, and Marnie's been in the gym the whole time, and yeah, I've seen her putting in the hard yards.
Just focused.
Yeah.
Jess is unpredictable, though.
Yeah, take Blue, though, every day of the week.
Sitting on the fence. Another one sitting on the fence.
Jimmy.
Feather hands.
Yeah, Jimmy's got it.
On a faro. Yep. He's got a calendar down there. Have you seen his calendar?
No, I haven't, no.
It's under that pile of rubble there. You keep right down the bottom. Haven't seen this.
Definitely Jimmy. Definitely Jimmy.
That's so good. Still haven't signed that for me, Paul. Next up, that fight is off. The Stallion. Megan the Stallion against Spicy One.
Oh, Court's good value, but I think Megan's got this one. She's got a lot to fight for, and I definitely think she's got this one. Again, I've seen the improvement with her in the training sessions, and yeah, she's definitely there.
I've had both these lovely young ladies in here having a chat, and whoever does win, please don't give them the microphone to make a speech, because we won't be out of there till the 5th of September. All right. Esty Blake versus the Machine.
Esty, again, the improvement. Just seeing the improvement each session with Team Blue's been great.
Footwork's great, isn't it?
Definitely.
The Machine, though?
You haven't seen the Machine since, I think, the very first session. It's been a long time ago.
She got cardio. The Moose against the Tank.
Tommy. Tommy all the way.
Just was in here the other day. He's a good guy. Oh, jeez, don't even need to ask who's going to come up on fight
yeah,
9.
Shiv might have the six-pack on the six-pack and the age and the youth in his side, but yeah, I think the old boys, I think I've improved a bit as well.
Yeah. I'm on team. I like Shiv, but I'm on team. I'm on team senior. I'm one of you guys. Oh, this will be good. Smoke Bomb, Johnny Steins against Dave LaRosa.
No, Johnny's been great training-wise, and again, just the improvement. Obviously, I haven't seen Dave box for a while, but I think Johnny's got this one covered.
Danger.
Oh, geez. Killer. Troy. Wow. I'm terrified to get in the ring with him. I think Troy's got this covered.
This is going to be another good one.
It is definitely. And this is one of the fights I want to see before I get changed.
Oh, jeez, that's going to be great.
Louis
against Marco.
Yeah, I saw Marco the other day at the gym. He looks bloody cut, looks in good shape, but Louis put in the hard work. So I think, gonna pick the expert in this one.
The Blade, Kevin Reese against Nige.
Yeah, haven't seen Nige for a while, but Kev, excuse me, I think Kev's the closest one in the group to my age. Still younger than me, but again, he's put in the work.
He's looking fit, isn't he?
He's very good. But yeah, Kev with this one.
Nice. Last one.
Sorry, phrase, but the Battle of the Kiwis.
I know.
Woodsy, again, seeing him at training, I'm glad I'm not one of the punching bags. because
that man can throw.
Oh wow, Fraze. Sorry, but I think Woodsy's got this one as well.
Jeez,
this is the biggest fight of the night. If it goes 3 rounds, I think it's going to be 3 rounds of some heavy punching.
Oh, how gassed are they going to be round 3?
If they get out of round 1, definitely.
This will be what a way to finish.
Yeah, they're 2 big boys, 2 Kiwis.
Fraser can box.
Yeah,
but Woody's got those hands.
I think Woody's got the hands. I think he's got the power. I know Troy hits the bag pretty hard, but seeing Woodsy the other night when we went hard, yeah, the bag. I think the bag come out of it with some bruises.
So 13-0 is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, blue 13-0.
It's funny. Someone said red was 13-0 the other day. All right, mate. Let's get into this. Oh, look at that photo.
Oh, jeez.
That was great.
Look at the grey hair.
That was taken in, was it Jan? When did we meet?
I think end of Jan, February, I think it was. Sure it was Jan. So it was a long time ago.
That you guys have done it tough, and this is definitely nothing to do with the PCR itself. This is due to the COVID restrictions. But you guys have had a rough deal with what's happened being put back, because this isn't like a 3-month little stint you're doing here. This is pretty much the whole year.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think most of us actually had COVID.
Yeah.
So in one regard, I'm glad it did get pushed back, because COVID, energy-wise, really knocked me around.
Yeah.
But it has been a long process, because obviously you stop the training as a group, but still doing your staying off the grog, watching what you eat to a certain extent, trying to chuck in some training sessions, then trying to do work, and then the kids. And yeah, it's definitely been a long haul, but wouldn't want any other way. But I must admit, I am looking forward to Saturday night, the first beer after my fight.
That's going to be so good.
Yeah.
So you're going to be able to, because you're fight 8 now,
yep,
from memory. So you're going to be able to get up there. When's the auction? What's that normally between?
Going by the rundown, I think the auction's just before 12. So
midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's at the end.
I think it is, as far as I'm aware.
Jeez, I don't know.
All I know is I'm looking forward to my fight. Actually, no. First thing I'm looking forward to is actually seeing everyone come in the room, all the family and friends and that sort of stuff, and then really looking forward to seeing Jackie fight. I'm really seeing how she trains.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I'm looking forward to the most is actually watching Jackie fight.
I wonder if she'll fight again afterwards.
I don't know, but she's just crazy.
I think she is absolutely crazy. Her and Josie, I believe, only from what I've seen, but they could compete. They could compete well at an amateur level.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen too much amateur other than seeing Glenn fight twice.
Yeah.
But they're just crazy. I've seen
both of them.
Yeah, they're both putting in the yards, which obviously everyone is. But I just think Jackie's just got that next level she can go to.
She's got madness. That's what she's got. Absolutely madness. If you see her Instagram, you'll know what she means. All right, mate. Tell me who's sponsoring the Cockburn Cavalier.
Oh, I've got 2. Hydraulic Energy Australia.
You had to limit it to 2. Everyone wanted to be on the Cockburn train.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they're obviously family friends. Hydraulic Energy Australia, close friends. Marco and Kingsley, the 2 directors, as well as their lovely wives.
Yeah.
Then Bibber Lake Fabricators, Pete and Denise, again, family friends. Since my wife passed, Denise has been one of the group that's actually taken me under their wing. Yeah. So pretty much I'm the 7th wheel with them. So yeah, so they're both amazing companies, very successful, big supporters. And they're not family, but to me they are family. Both the directors of both companies are all pretty much to me I consider family. Actually, my son actually works for Hydraulic Energy Australia, doing his second year apprentice.
Okay. Yeah. And they're going to be there on the night?
They are, yes.
Front and centre.
Yes.
I can imagine. Tell me the reasons behind your applying for this.
Well, funny, having a quick chat to Glenn after training this morning. My brother-in-law and I were on the Terps one night and both got pretty merry, and he says, you should do this boxing to raise some money. I said, okay. So I was drunk and I sent Glenn a message and woke up next morning and said, what the fuck have I done? So that's how it started, just over a few quite beers. Thought it'd be a good idea to raise some money.
Yeah.
So that's where it all started.
So you had a connection, obviously, to Glenn before this, to be texting him after drinking one night. So what's your connection to Glenn?
Through basketball.
Okay.
I knew Glenn through his late mum, Viv. We used to call her Auntie Viv down at Cockburn Basketball Stadium.
Okay.
She used to be at the door. Met Glenn and, so I've known him for years and couldn't think of a better person to actually, to do something with.
Yeah. Is this the first time you're meeting some of the other crew down there?
First time I met any of them.
Yeah.
The only one I knew was Glenn.
So who are the trainers? Because I saw Chris there the other day as well
Yep.
with Glenn. Who are the other trainers down there?
Mainly Chris. For me, it's just been really mainly Chris and Glenn.
Yeah.
Because obviously done quite a few individuals with Glenn,
Yeah.
which I'm still paying for, and obviously Chris helping out on the team nights.
Okay. Okay, is this going to be your first Gobsmacked PCR event, number 8?
Yes, it is.
You haven't been before.
No, just seen some of the clips on the Facebook page. So looks really sexy.
Jeez. Well, me and you will fit right in.
But really looking forward to the experience.
It is outstanding.
Yeah.
It is really as I suppose as good as the photos make it.
Yeah.
The way they run that night, and everyone from obviously Glenn and Nige got their hands full, but all the girls back there like Millie and the girls out the back and the people helping just put it on, and it is an outstanding night. Last year was my first, and I'd highly recommend it. So,
Yeah, I'm even thinking about if I actually get through this one unscathed, to actually maybe go back next year as just someone sitting on the table getting drunk and watching everyone else beat the shit out of each other.
there's another one in November.
Yeah, it's a bit too close for me.
I just keep up the training because that's not far.
Yeah, no, I think they start training a week after the event. I think
It's going to take a week to recover from some of those guys. I've seen come 12:30 the state of some of these people.
Yeah.
Okay, have you any boxing experience?
Nope. Last fight I would have been at high school.
Oh, no, what school?
Having high. Actually, but it wasn't actually at school.
It's part of the curriculum, isn't it?
But actually, it wasn't at school though. It was actually after a basketball game out at Willerton.
Quality area down
it was
there.
so funny. And but yeah, that's the last time I've ever had a fight. So it's been probably about 34 years throwing punches in anger.
That's definitely not a bad thing to avoid fighting. Okay, leading into this, how have you gone like diet changes? Have you had to change anything up?
Yeah, not drinking alcohol.
How long for?
When initially, it was probably about 12 weeks.
You tried to get me to have beers before we started.
I've been really well behaved.
Fraser.
Staying off the grog's been the main thing.
Yeah. Feeling better?
Yeah, but every now and then, especially when you have a shitty day at work,
Yeah.
or having a pretty tough session, you feel like a beer. But it's easy not to do.
Yeah.
But I must admit, the first beer I'm going to have after the fight is probably won't even touch the sides.
Oh, I can imagine.
That's probably the main thing. Just staying off the grog. Watching what I eat. Don't eat too much crap, but I've found the older you get, your metabolism's sucky.
Oh,
So
man.
you can sometimes look at food and you put on weight.
Oh, yeah.
You can work your ass off, you still put on weight. So
It does change, doesn't it?
It
When
does.
about 40 starts to change.
probably, yeah. But once you hit 50, it's even worse.
How old are you now?
50.
50?
Yeah.
Jeez. I don't even want to think about that. When I hit 40, it went downhill. Everything just started to hurt for no reason.
Well, we tried doing this at 50 and going 9 sessions in 6 days.
Before this event, though, were you like a normal gym goer?
Not really. I sort of like played cricket.
Yeah.
In some of the lower grades, and just did PT once a week just to try to keep some sort of cardio up. But really, with work and family and that sort of stuff, it's pretty hard to do a lot of that stuff.
To juggle it in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you work normal Monday to Friday, 9 to 5?
I'm self-employed, so pretty much work when I need to work.
Yeah.
Like now I'm technically meant to be working, but I can take a few hours off because I've got to work tonight anyway. So
Okay. What do you do for work?
self-employed mortgage broker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Busy?
Yeah, it's busy. It's been busy for a while. Has its challenges,
Yeah.
but it's the only industry I've ever known as finance. So I started in the bank when I was 16.
The old bank teller.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah, the old R&I.
Oh, that was back in the day.
88, I started the R&I Spearwood.
If you've been in finance for that long, you've seen What year? 89?
88 I started.
88 when the crash happened. Was that 88? No, that was when the recession kicked in.
The only major one I remember was 2008, the GFC.
Oh, yeah.
Because, obviously I was in lending then. But I remember when I started in 88, I mean, the interest rates were around about 17% back then.
I do remember.
Yeah.
That's why I was so paranoid when I got this mortgage. I was like, I remember that my first ever experience of interest rates were that high. And then when people are taking loans at like 2%, you go, yeah, we're fine.
Yeah. Well, people now are stressing at, 3.5%, 4%, which I still think's a bloody good rate.
It's a bargain.
We got spoilt with 2.5.
Yeah.
Hopefully, 6% I think's a bit ugly. So hopefully they don't go too much more, but who knows?
I think it's the cost of living of everything else going up. It's not just the mortgage; it's the prices.
It's tough.
It's Bunnings Snags going up by 50 cents, and
that made the media seriously.
So did 7-Eleven coffees going up to $2. Oh, I can't believe you, 7-Eleven. How dare you? How's the training changed now from prior to being selected?
A lot more.
Is it easier? I mean, not in the sense of physically easier, but mentally, is it easier to get up and go to training?
Yes and no. I suppose doing the 5 morning sessions and then backing up at night, after a while it started getting a bit tough, especially when the old body's feeling it. But generally it wasn't too bad. Knowing the worst part was actually the drive, getting the freeway. So I live down in Coogee, so it can be anywhere from half an hour to an hour.
Coogee, up to West Perth to Anarchy.
Yeah, so 9 times a week. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't want any other way. But yes, I think I'm definitely fitter.
Yeah.
Motivation's obviously there, but still hurts. I think no matter how fit you are, it still hurts training.
Oh, yeah. And these mornings, geez, how cold has it been?
Yeah.
Freezing.
Exactly.
I couldn't do it. I like to stay up. I find it hard enough to get up to get my kids out to school. So I don't know how I'd go boxing. What was the hardest part of the training, though?
I hate sparring. I hate with a passion. I've liked it a little bit more. I think some of the younger guys are taking it a bit easier on me when they get in the boxing ring, but I just don't like it. But like I said, I've gotten more comfortable with it. Yeah. This morning I sparred with Glenn and he had the full headgear on, so felt a bit better. So he's been awesome. As all the Team Blue have been sparring, but that's probably the worst part of the boxing. Yeah. And everyone says, well, you're going to get hit anyway, but yeah, sparring's a little bit different. You're sparring with your friends. Yeah. Come the fight night. Sorry, Shiv, but we're not friends that night.
Jeez.
Afterwards, we'll have a beer, but leading up to it and during the fight, mate, we're not friends.
I think that's a big mental thing that people are going to get over is in that first... Well, you guys had 6 months almost together prior to getting split into your two teams.
No, we pretty much had a big break.
Yeah. And you didn't know who your opponents were, did you?
Not until just before we came back.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of guys that I thought I'd be comfortable with the matchup.
Who? Come on.
I'm not saying.
Courtney O'Connor.
Definitely not Jackie.
No.
And there's a couple of guys I definitely wanted to go nowhere near. And one of the guys ended up pulling out anyway, thank God.
Who was that?
Barry.
I can't even remember Barry.
Yeah, Barry. He pulled out. So I said, I don't think they were going to match me up with him anyway, but that's one guy I didn't want to get matched up with.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
There were just some intimidating people there on that first day in January, wasn't there?
Yeah. Yeah, and
remember when you're sitting up the back?
Yeah.
God, Jesus, how? What?
Yeah, I was saying, what have I done here? I'm just trying to eye up everyone walking in. I'm thinking, oh my God, oh shit, what am I doing here? But yeah, so it is what it is. But yeah, so there's a couple I definitely would have had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
And one or two I thought, yeah, I'm comfortable as I can be.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll just take it from there.
Do you know, are you guys in the same, obviously got to be in the same weight class. Did you have to put on or drop any weight for this?
Not put on, drop some, yeah. So, yeah, I'm on track. So, I'm with what I need to be at. We got told a couple of weeks ago, so what I need to be at. But again, at my age, it's hard as hell to take it off, no matter what you do. But I'm confident that come Friday at weigh-in, I'll be where I need to be. Hopefully I can actually be under what the maximum I can be at.
What can you be at?
I think I've got to be at 90.
Okay.
90 and a half, so I'm on track.
It's a fair range. Is it a 5 kilo range or something?
I think it's a 10 kilo range, I think.
That'd be all right.
Yeah, but see, Shiv's probably about 80 kilos of muscle.
He's a muscly man, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
Let's have a look at his Instagram. Likes to go hard on that Instagram as well. Shit.
Yeah, well, some of the ladies on one of my tables are looking forward to actually seeing the Shiv. So I've even got my supporters looking forward to seeing.
With this much training and this much focus, how have you gone with any like mental changes in the sense of confidence and?
My confidence has really improved.
Yeah.
In relation to the fight, when I first started, I really started doubting myself and really started wondering why the hell am I doing this.
Yeah.
And initially, first time putting the headgear on, getting claustrophobic and pretty much hyperventilating, which I never do. I generally like to think in normal life with what I've done in my life, I'm generally pretty self-confident.
Yeah.
Some people say arrogant sometimes in certain things, but this is definitely taking me out of my comfort zone. And from where I am now compared to where I was, it's improved tenfold. A lot more confident, and I think I've definitely improved. Whether it's good enough on the night, I will find out. But I'm backing myself and I'm backing my ability and what I've learnt. But my confidence is definitely a lot higher.
That's where I believe the benefit of people like Chris and Glenn in there, that they can actually get you not only physically prepared but also mentally prepared for it as well.
I definitely, definitely out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Physically, mentally, emotionally. Every session hasn't been easy. Yeah. Even some of the drives, Glenn sent me a text the other day and I actually had tears running into my face. So I said, great, thanks. I really needed that before training. But yeah, it have been some challenges, but then I just think about why I'm doing it and that gets me through.
Okay. How did you, with those, it's going back a bit now, but with the, say, 3-4 months off that you guys had in the middle there, in between,
yep.
So the April 2nd, I believe it was, fight getting cancelled or getting put back, and say the start of August. How did you go in that bit of time there? Did you keep training or did you
took a bit of a break of just doing one session a week with my PT just to give my body a bit of a break, and also mentally. Had a couple of weeks where I had a couple of beers, just catching up, socialising. Had a bit of a belated catch up with friends for my 50th because I did nothing for my 50th this year. Went out for dinner one night and had a few drinks, and two of my sister-in-laws got pretty drunk, which was quite funny. And then basically started to crank up the training a little bit when we started knowing we had some set dates.
Yeah.
And then when the dates were set, I'd already planned a trip to Darwin for Darwin Cup with some friends.
Is Darwin Cup on next weekend?
No, I've already been. It was the first week back of training.
Oh, so you couldn't go?
I went. No, I went.
Jeez,
so I had a week, and I did some training up there.
Staying off the beers, yeah, sure you were.
Yeah, no, Darwin Cup Day, we definitely didn't stay for the beers. Yeah. But yeah, and then prior to that, I had a week of hard sessions with Glenn. Did a bit of training up in Darwin, and then as soon as I came back, it hit it really hard again. So needed a bit of a break for the body. But no, I've been pretty as happy as I can be. Obviously, it would have been better if I didn't go to Darwin, but it was too good an opportunity to say no to.
Sometimes having a break, like you said, heading up to Darwin, can be very good for a mental and maybe not a physical reset, but really get you focused again on what needs to happen in the lead up to this event. Yeah,
it was good. It was a break I needed. However, because of the friends I went away with, there was a couple of moments where it was pretty tough. Without, sorry.
You're on, mate.
Without Dion being there, but it was good. there were some days where I found it it really hard, but it was something I needed. Because they're the people that, the three girls, Denise, Maria and Karen and their husbands, they're the ones that have taken me under their wing since Diane passed. My mother-in-law calls them the Three Musketeers. So they've pretty much taken me under their wing. But, yeah, it was a great trip because Diane was meant to go with them to Darwin. And so obviously we ended up going. But there were some tough moments, but it was definitely worth it.
How do you think Diane would feel about you fighting?
She'd probably want to jump in the ring if she hit me too hard. I was scared of her at times. I think she'd be pretty proud. Considering what we've went through as a family for the last 10 years, she was the rock of the family, without a doubt.
Are you happy to talk about Diane?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay, do you want to just, so people know, whatever you're comfortable in talking about, letting us know the story?
Open book. Well, pretty much, to start with, basically, my son first was diagnosed with leukemia back in 2012, just after I turned 40. And so he was only, I think, he's 21 now, 22. So he would have been, I think, 9 or 10, got diagnosed with leukemia. So that was our family's start of cancer stuff. And then...
It must be terrifying for your boy.
Oh, it was.
I mean, for you as well as your boy.
Oh, yeah. And he's, so both my kids have had to grow up too quickly, unfortunately. And so he did really well. He, went into remission. Then pretty much within 3 months of being in remission, he came back again.
Jesus.
So when he came back, he pretty much spent a whole month in hospital at the old PMH, including Christmas and New Year. Had an emergency surgery on Christmas night. He had his appendix were about to rupture.
How old was he at the time?
14 or 15.
Okay.
So then they said he had to have a bone marrow transplant, which is pretty daunting. And then...
Are they quite painful?
Not so much painful, or not as much... Obviously, all the treatment was painful, considering what he went through, but he had the easier part of the bone marrow transplant. They just, break it down and then put it through like a drip.
Okay.
My daughter was actually his donor.
Okay.
And she probably had the most painful part because they actually take it out of the hip.
Jesus.
Yeah, so they knocked her out and took it out of her hip. And from what I understand, I could be a little bit wrong here, but I believe they took out a record amount of bone marrow out of her hip. So she was sore for a long time.
How old was she at the time?
She's 2 years younger.
Okay.
Yep. So she made the decision.
Yeah. There's really, you can imagine. I mean, I don't know your son and daughter, but I can imagine your daughter would not have even batted an eyelid with putting her hand up.
No, she didn't. But then obviously she had to speak to psychologists and all that sort of stuff to make sure that she was emotionally and to make the right decision.
Yeah.
So obviously, as parents, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, yeah.
So we had no input. She had some concerns that, and sorry, MJ, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but she had some concerns that what happens if it didn't work? She couldn't save her brother. So it was a big call for her to make. And, now it's been, I think, 4th of May just gone. So Star Wars Day, 4th of May, be 6 years post-transplant.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're doing really well. And so the kids had to grow up very quickly. They didn't really have teenage years. And then for Diane to sort of get diagnosed with melanoma, November, December 2020 was a total shock.
So her diagnosis wasn't that long ago?
No. So she passed on the 22nd of June 2021, so last year. So from her getting diagnosed to her passing was only about 7 months.
Jeez.
Yeah, so, and she was doing really well with the treatment.
Yeah.
She's Italian, dark skin. She'd get sunburnt, she'd go dark within a day or two. Yeah. So she had her skin checked every year. Didn't help her. And we still don't know to this day where it originated from.
Jeez.
So in her passing, there's, I think she saved a lot of lives because a lot more people now actually have their skin checked and actually have melanomas cut out. So if there's a a positive out of Diane passing. She saved a lot of lives because people are getting their skin checked regularly. I even now have my skin checked every year. My son and the daughter, they get theirs checked every year as well. So she saved a lot of lives already.
I cannot imagine what that must have been like. Firstly, for your son, because I've got two sons, but firstly for your son with leukemia, and secondly, with what you've gone through in the last 18 months with your wife. It's just unfathomable. No, it seriously.
It totally sucks.
Oh, mate, you're more positive. If it was me, I tell you, I wouldn't be laughing. I'd be a different person.
Oh yeah, but, we've all been through those. We've all been through those moments. I still go through them every now and then. But without being disrespectful, but you have to move on. To me being a sour face, sooky, sulking all the time is not going to help my kids.
No.
Not going to help my family, my outlaws.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mum and Dad. And family like that. So, you've got to remain positive. But, every day's tough. But, like I said, that's what's keeping me through putting up with all this pain of going through the fighting is that, I'm raising money for a reason myself, to hopefully no other families have to go through what we've been through in the last 18 months.
Yeah. Well, geez, it's definitely a good thing. And is it gone to the PCR, the funds, is it to the Sabre Foundation?
No, I'm actually doing my own fundraiser on the side, which my sister-in-law Amanda, who's set up for me. We're raising money for the Melanoma Institute.
Okay.
So currently, initially I set a target of 15,000.
Yeah.
And currently I'm sitting at 23,500.
Jeez, you got a link or something that we can put up here, or what's going on?
I do, yes.
Okay, let's have a look. Let me take down all the dodgy stuff we were looking at before I turn the cameras on. What's it called, mate? So it's challenge.melanoma.org.au. I'll put a link in the description or the comments or somewhere in there to get into it. That's great. So you're after 20,000 target, you're up to over 23,000.
Yeah, so I'd like to hit at least 25 by fight night.
Okay.
My son last year on the 20, I think we ended up doing the 22nd of July. He had a long hair which he hadn't cut since his transplant.
Yeah.
I think he raised $62,000 or $63,000.
Gee.
Just by cutting his hair. So between a family, we've almost hit 90 grand towards a Melanoma Institute.
That's great. Whereabouts are they located?
Somewhere near PCH, I think.
Oh, okay, so they are Perth based.
Yep. Well, actually, my sister-in-law actually works for them now as well.
Okay. Oh, so this is you're going to be part of the Melanoma Bike Bash?
No. You can stick your bikes.
Oh, geez, mate, that's an intense story there.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I'm actually in the fight to raise awareness of melanoma and to raise as much money as I can.
Oh yeah, well, I think I did get checked probably about 6 months ago.
Yeah, I'm due to have mine in 2 weeks. My son had his yesterday, so he's got all clear. My daughter's got hers this Friday. Then I'm 2 weeks' time. I get mine done after the fight.
We just didn't really pick the best climate to live in, did we?
No, but back when we were growing up, no one cared.
Ah, no one did. Someone said to me the other day, this was funny. They said, when you're a kid, do you ever remember drinking water? And I was thinking, like, my kids go to school and they've got like their drink bottles and they got to have water breaks. And when I went to school, I remember going to school, no water all day, play all day, sweaty, sport all afternoon, then come home. I can't even remember drinking water.
If you're thirsty, you drink it out of the tap.
Oh, yeah, out of the hose.
Yeah, out of the hose, exactly.
Remember hose water taste?
Yeah.
On a hot day.
Oh, it was wet. At least it was wet.
Jeez, we're going off topic here. Let's get back to this PCR. Do you have any fears or concerns about the actual event?
No.
Just that they haven't fitted you up for the belt yet, maybe?
Yeah, we've spoken about that. 13-0, so there's a few belts going to blue. No, I I suppose my biggest fear is letting everyone down.
Oh, you won't, mate.
That is my biggest fear. If I can, my plan is obviously to last 3 rounds against the young buck. But my biggest fear, and has been from day one, is to let my sponsors, my team, my family, everyone down by not giving it my best. But that's my only concern and fear. If I get hurt, shit happens.
This is just my opinion. But even people who didn't come away with the win, I did not see one person feel any kind of, not shame, but any disappointment or towards the person at all. The fact that you guys can get in there, guys and girls, can actually get in there. You've done all you needed to do. The win would be a bonus, but there's absolutely no way that anyone who gets into a boxing ring should ever feel embarrassed. Because I'll be honest, I can't do it. I've thought about it. I tried to get into the ring at Anarchy once. I think I hurt my knee on the way in. But it is something that you guys should be so proud of, because it truly is. It is an amazing thing to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because I tell you, a normal person, I'm not saying I'm normal, but a normal person, I don't think would do it.
Yeah, we're definitely different beasts.
Oh, you are different. I know. Most of you sat across this table from me.
Without a doubt.
Oh, geez.
So that's my only real fear.
Yeah.
Of just, letting people down.
Nah, mate, I can guarantee you no one will be let down. If you can get into the ring on the night, no, you've let no one down. Absolutely no one. And when you come away with that win, sorry, Shiv. Sorry, Shiv. All those thousands of female fans, you got the tears. You're handing out tissues. Have you ever been hit? I know you were apparently a Cockburn Willerton basketball club thug, the enforcer.
Yeah, definitely not that. Yes, actually, I was actually king hit one night.
Jesus.
This is going back a long time ago. What in Fremantle? I think it's back when I probably shouldn't have been out drinking anyway. 15 or 16.
I didn't know the drinking age was 16, but can we keep going?
Hey, back in the 80s we could do a lot.
Yeah.
I think I'm sure I was walking down the Cappuccino strips back, it might have been New Year's Eve, where the streets were blocked off and you can get away with street drinking.
Those were the days,
and back,
they?
no one checked your ID.
No one cared. Kids smoking.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember walking down and I remember just copping it from the back. And I remember just hitting the ground and then bouncing back up and just kept on walking. And I think my nose was all bent and that sort of stuff. I just got king hit from behind. And it's really probably the only time I've ever been punched. Didn't throw any back, but got king hit for no reason. So pretty weak. But, shouldn't have been drinking at 15, 16, should I?
No, but it took a bit of guts to walk away, though. A lot of people would have just ended their night then and there, turned around and shaped up. It could have ended a lot worse.
Yeah, exactly. But, so back then, I suppose, what's it now, one punch? Back then, that wasn't even a law or a thought.
Is it just me, or is it probably the last 10, 15 years, this one punch where people are falling over and hitting their head, did that go on when we were kids?
Probably did. It just, the media.
Didn't make the news.
Didn't make the news. Sometimes they got nothing better to report on now.
There used to be, I do recall seeing fights when I was young. I never got involved in it. I'm just not that way. But it seemed like as soon as someone hit the ground, that's it.
Yep.
It was over. There was never a follow-up. And normally the guy that dropped him picked him up, and they were fine, trying to get back into that nightclub with all blood down the front of their shirts.
Yeah. But I think now, people, to me, I think if you lay the boots in.
Oh, yeah, that's not on.
No, that's pretty dirty, pretty weak.
Yeah.
I think Glenn's put a couple of posts on, people that get in fights should maybe go to a gym and get in the ring and see what it's really like.
Yeah.
Because, to me, if you hit from behind, you're a coward. If you want to take someone on, one-on-one, not an issue.
That doesn't happen, mate. It's usually 5-on-1, isn't it?
Exactly. Some people are just, they're cowards. One-on-one, if you're good enough, great. If you get hit or on the ground, walk away.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to lay the boots in.
No.
But I think, back then, back in the day, I think it's pretty much just really was one-on-one. And once you hit the ground, that was it. There was no boots or anything.
No, it's like ice hockey. They're the good rules.
Exactly.
How do you reckon you're going to go with hitting someone?
I'm planning on channeling all my anger from the last 18 months.
There's a lot of anger.
There is. So not going to bother me. For those 3 2-minute rounds, like I said, Shiv and I aren't friends. He's probably thinking the same thing. I won't have an issue. Prior to, after, all good. No but I'm just planning on channeling all the anger that's built up and just letting it flow. So not an issue.
I think that it's good that they did separate you guys, because it seems like you guys all get along like a house on fire, even the 2 separate teams. But it is a matter of separating you two to be able to do that, because I know one of the girls' fights, they're going to struggle. I think they both said they're going to struggle fighting because they get along so well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as long as you can leave it, which I'm guessing you're going to, you guys just leave it in the ring afterwards and then go have some beers.
Exactly.
Shiv will be out there probably with the shirt off, just looking chiseled.
I've already told him to put his shirt back on when we had that photo, the matchup photo. Put your shirt back on, please.
Have you gone with personal sacrifices? Because this is a big commitment to be able to go to the training and to be able to go to the event. Things like work and family and friends. I
think I've managed work okay. None of my clients have been penalised. I've always looked after them. I've probably worked from home a bit more just to recover from the sessions with Glenn. Yeah. My kids, probably haven't seen my kids as much, because by the time I go to training and get home, they're out or they're in bed, or I go straight to bed because I'm knackered. I can't go to a pub and socialise and not have a beer. Yeah. That's pretty tough. So I probably haven't caught up with some of my friends as much as I would have. Generally go to my in-laws for dinner every Wednesday night with the kids, because we train Wednesday nights now. I haven't been able to do that, so I haven't seen them as much.
They're down there, Cockburn area?
Yeah, they're in the Cockburn way, just around the corner.
Are you in Cockburn?
Yeah.
You live in Cockburn?
Yeah, so Coogee, Cockburn. So
okay.
Coogee's in the city of
Coogee, you said.
Coogee's in the city of Cockburn. So yeah, a lot of those.
Have you been there for a while?
We pretty much, in the house we are now, we built that coming up 20 years in December.
You would have seen some changes down that way.
Oh, definitely. So I went to primary school, high school down there. My first job was around the Spield area, so it's changed a lot.
20 years ago, Coogee was its own little beachside town.
Yeah, and then obviously you got across the road, you got Port Coogee and that sort of stuff. But it's definitely changed a lot. So we've been there coming up to 20 years in December. And definitely 20 years in December.
Jeez, that is a while.
Yeah.
All right, mate. We know who your opponent's going to be. We know who's going to not get the belt. That's Shiv. And normally now is where we get onto our walkout music, but you've got a special surprise on the evening, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a song that I think will surprise a lot of people.
I do know what it is, everyone. I'm just not telling you. That's just how lucky I am getting all these insights. We will leave the walkout song off this, but this is definitely, I do know what it is, and it's definitely going to be one to get the crowd going. It's one of the favourites. All right, mate. How'd you get the nickname, the Cockburn Cavalier? Because you've got on your hat and your jumper.
It's the cricket club I played for, and the club means a lot. And my wife, Diane, actually played a couple of seasons with them, and she was the actually inaugural captain of the women's team.
Really?
And she loved the club. She ended up loving cricket more than I did in the end. So I thought the club's been amazing during this time. They've been great for me. My kids' daughter and son both play down there as well. My sister-in-law plays down there. So I thought, excuse me, I just thought I couldn't think of any other name. And I thought I'd just go with the Cockburn Cavalier.
No, all the guys and girls down there know that's what your nickname is?
Yeah, I gave the president a heads up.
Yeah.
He's fine with it? Yeah, he didn't say no.
Any of those guys and girls coming along the line?
I believe so, yeah. I believe they've got a table. I'm not too sure yet.
Bunch.
Probably the quieter ones are coming.
Cricketers do love a beer after a game, though, so I think they're going to enjoy themselves.
Yeah, and also it's a bloody good club too. So no, I want to do them proud as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, that's great, mate. After all this is done, which will be, what day is it today? It's Tuesday. This will be out Thursday. So in about 5 days from now, what are you hoping to have got out of this whole 9 months of training and terror?
To hit at least 25 grand on my personal fundraiser. Yeah. To leave it all in the ring, have nothing left, and hopefully the belt So Blue's got a better chance of going 13-0. But yeah, just the experience.
13-0 team.
Yeah, and then just party afterwards.
Oh, it gets great. It's such a good night, mate. Yeah. It is really good. I've said this to a couple of people, it has been a very, very long haul for all you guys, but I do hope you get a chance to enjoy the actual night itself, because it'll come and you guys are fight 8. We'll see, Chop and kick it off, and then you've got Jackie and Josie, and then it'll be your fight, and then before you know it, the evening's over. And I hope that you guys all, from first fight to the last one, I really do hope you get a chance to enjoy it.
Yeah, no, really looking forward to the night, and I think all the all my supporters who actually have got seats on the tables and that sort of stuff, I think they're all looking forward to it. I'm not sure whether they're looking forward to the entertainment or seeing me get beaten up. I'm not too sure yet, but from what I understand, everyone's really looking forward to the night. Yeah.
Oh, and mate, they turn it on at the Crown. It is something. Are you staying at the Crown?
Yeah, staying there Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, the trifecta.
It's there's our favourite hotel, so I'm staying there for 3 nights.
That's great.
And I got my kids up there staying as well on the Saturday night.
Okay.
So it should be pretty good.
Are your kids going to come to the event?
Yeah. My daughter's sitting on the ringside table.
Really?
Yeah, and my son's coming, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, Glenn, but Glenn's actually got my son in my ring for my fight, in my corner.
In the corner?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty emotional.
Oh, I can imagine. I'll be emotional. I'll be sitting on, I don't even know where I'm sitting, but I'll be sitting somewhere getting emotional. Just I've got sand in my eyes.
I've told Glenn that if I happen to win, when I win, don't be surprised if you see tears, a big hug and a kiss for both you and Jalen.
Yeah.
Because so it's going to be special having my son in my corner and my daughter at the ringside table.
That'll be great, mate. I can't wait. It's only a few days away. I'm
looking forward to. I can't wait for Saturday to come.
Yeah. Yeah. Still see if I can squeeze into that suit of mine. I doubt it. I've had a healthy 12 months. Mate, that's about it.
Sweet.
Mate, thank you so much for coming in today. That was great. That was very interesting. And, that's heart-wrenching. The family, I had no idea. But I do appreciate your time and coming in today. And only 4 or 5 short days away. I wish you all the best.
Appreciate it.
For the night. And afterwards, mate, if you ever want to come back in, you are more than welcome.
Thank you so much. And let's go Blue, 13-0.
13-0, the 13-0 team. That's what I'm going to call them from now on. Thanks, mate.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.